Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mic, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make.
Oh yo yo, Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Thank you very much for joining me from wherever you are joining from. This is Maiyegun Live. And if you have been following the news, right, though we have been so much on reporting what is going on in Yoruba land and why everybody should be alerted, there's also something that you should be in the know of, as many as others, that we should not take our complete gaze off. Okay, good evening to all of you. Good afternoon or good morning to you from wherever or whatever time you are watching from, watching this, right? Thank you very much. Remember, before you get deeper into this, you can easily just take off the chat. Yeah, if you can do that for me, that would be great. Just before we go deeper, right? As you are joining and settling down into the broadcast, right? Take off the live chat, okay? And go on. Yeah, also, let me see if I can bring that up. Yeah, take off the live chat and then go on there and just give me that thumb up. So as suggested by our veterans there. So please, thank you very much. So the latest is that after a long time of Buhari and the presidency, because we are not even sure. Because if I ask you now, when was the last time you heard from Buhari? Some of you will be scratching your head like, I can't remember. I've been reading from presidency, haven't you? Yes. For longer than expected, Buhari kept the inefficient, incompetent, corrupt service chiefs who supervised the slaughtering, the massacring, the genocidal campaigns of different terror groups against Nigerians that they swore to protect, right? From Benue to Plateau, from Plateau to Abia to Holu, from Holu down to Ibarapa, from Ibarapa to Egua, from Egua back to Borono. Yes, north, south, east, west, everywhere under them for 5 solid years was a disaster. Despite the cries, the request, the plea, the cries that Buhari should get rid of them, and in fact, the accusation, the allegations that have been proved many times over, that these guys are corrupt criminals, they are collusive, they are colluding with the terrorists that they are supposed to be dealing with. So they are more interested in protecting terrorists than protecting the Nigerians that they sworn to protect or paid to protect. So for 5 years, they unleashed terror. It was a campaign of terror, right? On Nigerians. Everywhere. The Nigerian soldiers are everywhere. From Lekki to Obigbo. From Obigbo to Abba. From Abba to Owerri. From Owerri Eh? They're everywhere. Killing, massacring, torturing, and abusing the rights of Nigerians under them. But sadly, they thought probably doing that would, would help put everybody under check. But it didn't work. Rather, it has escalated the problem. It has now become so obvious that Nigerian government is behind terrorism in Nigeria. At least the Nigerian officials. And whenever they ask for the Buhari, the president, where is Buhari? Oh? Nobody sees him. But immediately you say something, there is always a presidency to reply. But for years, they have told us to do our worst. And people were waiting for a time when they will be able to tell the rest of the world, the international communities, so many other organizations that will be looking for them, on so many actors in Buhari's government in Nigeria who are under the radar right now. So we were ready to alert them that finally they can no longer go abroad under the cover of the government of Nigeria, under the cover of government of Nigeria. We didn't know that Buhari has another plan for us, or presidency. Nigeria, see, let me tell you something. You don't have any government. You don't have any president. You don't have anything in place. You have some criminals who have hijacked power. Yeah, and because they have hijacked power, it is whatever serves their interest that they will protect. And whatever serves their interest, as we can see, doesn't serve the interest of the Nigerians that they are supposed to protect. So if you protest, they will kill you. That is the Nigerian army under Buratai. So we have piled so many evidences together, presented them. The most famous one among them is the one with the ICC, International Criminal Court, the one that is waiting quietly to pick them up. You will just hear that, Buratai on his Qatar flight to so place, because they will be going to all these Arabian countries. But with Interpol, they will be picked up. So it is like they took that serious, because immediately Buhari finally sacked them. The International Criminal Court, ICC, released a statement and they said, we are investigating the immediate past service chiefs in Nigeria for gross human rights abuses, killings, and organized crime against the people of Nigeria. So which means for gun running alone, that means they are sponsoring terrorism. Your Nigerian service chiefs, so that means they are being investigated for sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. The people that are supposed to end terrorism are the people sponsoring terrorism. So immediately the ICC released that statement. JIT has catched them. They started shaking, because like everybody has been asked, like everyone has been asking, the person inside that Aso Rock, are you sure it is Buhari? Are you sure? Put him forward. Let them do DNA test on him. Let them put him before camera and put 3-4 journalists beside him and turn on the camera, live video to all millions of all the one Nigerians to listen to him just for 1 hour. Nobody should stay there. Put him in that room. Do that. But everybody, everyone who has raised the alarm about the person inside that Aso Rock, every person has been attacked violently by the Nigerian army. And they have not done the same thing on the Boko Haram or on the bandits. Today, when they came to power, I'm going to give you the background so that you will know why they are wanted. So today, Boko Haram has forwarded the name of Buratai, the name of all these rogues and criminals, those who were in charge, who supervised the killing and massacring of over 40,000 Nigerians by bandits, by Fulani terrorists, by Boko Haram, and so many other criminal organizations that they are sponsoring in northern Nigeria. Buhari quickly nominated them. That has never happened before, ever. Service chiefs, in order for him to protect them, or let me say, in order for presidency to protect them, because there must be something that Buratai has on this government. There must be something. And that is why we are looking at those who call themselves intellectuals. the Mumu lecturers, the Bele lecturers. We are asking them, ask yourself, is there no sign enough for you to tell yourself that something is wrong? Buratai the butcher is going to be ambassador. They don't know which country to send them to. There is no country to send them to, but they said they will be ambassadorial, I don't know, whatever they call, designate or something, so that they will just be there. So everywhere you see Buratai, don't see him as a retired army general. Do you get that now? They don't see Buratai as a retired army. You will be seeing him as Ambassador Buratai. Ambassador Buratai. God damn it. Just to make sure that they are not arrested. And the moment they are arrested internationally, there will be so many secrets that will have to come to the open. The secret, like the one they arrange, they called it Operation Safe Corridor. Safe Corridor is like person opening you a secret door behind the house and say, that is my safe exit. Oh yeah, pass this door. Oh yeah, run, pass that door. Nobody will see you. That is what Nigerian military under Buratai, that is what they did with the Boko Haram terrorists. They called it Operation Safe Corridor. So when they capture terrorists, they are the one defending the terrorists. We have never heard any of those terrorists on video, on camera, tell us how they got involved, their role. We have never seen the video. We have never seen the interview, but they said they have rehabilitated them. They are paying them. They are giving them money, giving them cars, and they opened the door for them. The corridor, Operation Safe Corridor, under Buhari, they have released over 6,000 terrorists. Rather than for terrorism to die down in Nigeria, terrorism has escalated everywhere now. Everybody is saying we need to protect ourselves. We need to protect ourselves. Under that same Buratai, somebody that should be standing trial. Buratai killed over 1,200 Shiites in Abuja in December 2015. Just few months into office. They said because Shiites, they blocked the road of a new chief of army staff. Unelected person, a soldier, but elected as the head of all the Nigerian soldier army. So civilians blocked these roads. And the next thing, they just called the battalion in Zaria, called them all together, and they started shooting and shooting and shooting. Women, children, old people, young people. They killed over 1,200, took their bodies away under this Buratai. And you think international community will not want him. Now, Buhari want to give a terrorist, is giving him diplomatic immunity. I want all of you, my brothers and sisters, who are very good. You remember when we called on you last year that you should use your own international connections, okay, and put all those actors who have made the hell of Nigeria and the hell of the lives of Nigerians in the last 5 years. We want you to help us put them on the radar. And you did it. Many of them can no longer travel out of Nigeria. They cannot go to some certain countries anymore. If they dare, that is the last thing you will see of them. Rufai of Kaduna dare not leave Kaduna and say he wants to buy a ticket to go and see what is the weather like in Florida. It will never come back. Even though he's your governor, it will never come back. And the one, Yeye Bello of Kogi. And so many people. So Wike, I believe that many of you are already doing the work on Wike. He must join the list. So that list of those that will be arrested, who are currently enjoying some certain immunity, they will lose all that immunity. They will devise other means to protect themselves because they are the terrorists. Your government is the terrorist in Nigeria. And therefore, since there is no law that can capture them, there is no law that can prosecute them in Nigeria, there's no law that can control them. But there are other laws that can control and curtail them, that can cut their excesses. It is the international law. It may take a while, but no matter how slow it is, no matter how slow grinding the wheel of justice is, it will always prevail. Remember that no matter how long it takes, even if Buhari, if they have to go and dig him up in his grave, when the time will reach him, every person playing the role in killing everyone in Nigeria right now, using the government, the power of government, and whatever they say they have right now, every one of them will be picked up. They can only buy the time. That is what Buhari and presidency, that's what they're doing right now. Do you get that now? Fulani terrorists are killing people. And people are scared of talking about it. When you talk about it, they accuse you of trying to cause problem. They accuse you of being the one who is trying to create a problem. As if to say killing human beings and destroying their properties is actually not a problem. But I'm glad some governors are speaking up. Expectedly, they are speaking up. Some individuals are speaking up. And Rufai, the one that cannot travel out of Nigeria, a wanted terrorist on Interpol watch list, Rufai is now telling us that if we keep telling Fulani herdsmen to leave Yoruba land, we are asking for war. Are you being serious? A terrorist, because he's a governor, is telling us that if we continue to ask Fulanis to leave, you know why? Because there is no law that will ever put someone like him in jail. Do you understand that? So it may take a while. They can buy time. Things that has never happened before, they will be happening now. Yes. For example, let me give you this. Hint. People said when Boko Haram transformed to ISWAP, to Ansaru, then to Fulani herdsmen, then to bandits, and to what we now have today, you cannot blame it on any external factor if your effort is to protect that external factor in your own country. And that is what the Nigerian military, Nigerian police, that is what they stand for, their hierarchy. I'm not saying all of them. And we thank God today, so many of our brothers and sisters are already resigning from the cause the Nigerian army. Because the moment this Buratai touched the Nigerian army, the moment Buhari and his presidency touched the Nigerian military, touched the Nigerian defense, everything, Africa, to the point that they cannot even protect the people of Daura, where Buhari comes from. And if you say anything, they will accuse you of supporting terrorism. Meanwhile, they are the ones supporting terrorism. They are the ones freeing terrorists. They are the ones paying a ransom to bandits. They are the ones paying ransom to kidnappers. They are the ones telling us that we cannot tell terrorists to leave, or else we are asking for war. But when you say all this, they accuse you of looking for trouble. But I caught a video I'm going to share with you. This is the governor of Benue State. He said many things in this video. And I think, let's share that. Take a wee drink break, and continue after that. Remember, close that live chat, right? If you continue to type your comments, you will never know other engagements you can you can always be involved in. YouTube told me every day, they keep telling me that only 42% of those who stayed and watched my videos, only 42% of you subscribed. 58% of you just wait for that notification, or when somebody invites you and all of that. And then when you watch and when you finish, you just leave. It is because once you join and you begin to type that comment, you are engaging in it, but there are more. Take off that live chat. Click on that thumb up. Click that. Tap that before you continue. Then subscribe. There's a subscription button underneath. Let's listen to Autumn from Benue. He actually dished out some truths there. I want to share that with you. Watch.
After a series of my aids were positive, and unfortunately, I was positive, and I decided to isolate myself. And by the grace of God, yesterday, when a repeat test was done after my medication, I was negative. And so I am negative. Let all of you not be afraid that I will contract it to you. That will not be your portion. And so I'm here today to appreciate the Almighty God, appreciate the Deputy Governor and members of my council who have held forth on my behalf, ensuring that things work well. We were still running government together because on visual, on telephone, on chat, on WhatsApp, and text messages, we were able to communicate to ourselves, and I thank God that things have gone on very well during my absence. This country belongs to all of us, and the federal government, the presidency, must act fast because time is going. From north central, southwest, southeast, south, there is general insecurity. And this is being propelled by herdsmen. I want to repeat again, I have made it a petition to the presidency and to all security agencies before, that if they want peace, Maiyegun General must be arrested. These are people who have owned up. They have taken responsibility that they have killed, they maimed, they rape, and do all sorts of atrocities. And yet their leadership is in Abuja, and nobody is confronting them. And until these people are arrested, when I talk, I was being castigated. I was being vilified. Nothing bad that was not said against me. I am this and that. But the reality is here. It is not just happening to Benue State today. It is happening to the entire country. Why is the federal government being silent about this Fulani men? When will the federal government come out and criticize and arrest herdsmen carrying AK-47? When are they going to do that? Are we second citizens in this country? What gives Fulani man superior to any other person, to a tip man? I am not their slave. A Benue man is not a slave to any Fulani man in this country. And so federal government must do this. At a point in time, the federal government came out with a policy through the police that even those with license, den guns, double barrel and pump action should surrender to police. How many times have the presidency come out to condemn that Fulani men are carrying AK-47 all over the place? This is not correct. We stand for justice, equity, and fairness. Whatever is happening to a Fulani man should also happen to any other person. That was why I called the federal government to license me and many others to have guns, to have AK-47 too. Because if I have my AK-47, a Fulani man is coming there, he knows that I have, and he has. Then we can fight each other. But you can't disarm me and arm a Fulani man. This is the point. So this is not right. The federal government is biased, is unfair. The failure in security is caused by federal government. And maybe what I perceived is that the president is not aware of this. Because if he were aware, he will stop it. I know General Muhammadu Buhari retired as someone who is disciplined. But the people around him, sycophants and mediocres, are not willing to let him know the pains that Nigerians are going through. Mr. President, in case you're listening to me, I want you to know that your people, Nigerians, you promised Nigerians that you'll be fair to all. You said that you will be for everybody and for nobody. And now it will appear.
You know, how is that different from what we always share on Maiyegun's diary about the dilemma of insecurity and the culpability of the presidency? The people that are quick to tell you to shut up. Stop saying that. Stop saying it's Fulani. My friend Joy, it can be anybody. Don't say Fulani. Just say some bandits. Okay? Just say some bandits. Are you serious? You want to tell us how to say it? Eh? And that will actually make it go away? Of course it won't. What gave a Fulani man? What actually gives a Fulani man the right to carry AK-47? And the same thing that gave him that right does not give me that same right to carry AK-47. What gave him that right? And whenever government asks you to hand over your weapons, have you ever seen anywhere they ask a Fulani terrorist to hand over weapon? Have you? Watch this.
Federal Republic of Nigeria, you're not the president of Fulani. You're the president of everybody. And I owe you a duty as a stakeholder in this nation to let you know that what is going on is wrong. And this had the potentials of dividing this country, which will not be in the interest of anyone. Some of us believe in the unity of this country. We believe in leadership, that every leader comes by God. But we have the responsibility to advise you when things are going wrong. It is not everything that I know as governor, but I depend on lieutenants. So you must depend on us. The whole country, those who are silent, are doing that as sycophants and mediocres. They're not willing to tell you the truth. The Bible says you shall know the truth and the truth will set you free. Mr. President, if anybody is deceiving you that all is well, it is not well with us here in Benue State. And what I can hear from other states, it is not well with Nigeria today. You must act fact before it is late. So this question of erasing those who oppose to Fulani men. I also heard about the press statement issued by the presidency when the governor of Ondo issued a 7-day ultimatum that the Fulani should leave the forest. The presidency came out swiftly and said that it is wrong for him to say that. But when people are killed in Benue, killed in Ondo, killed in Ekiti, killed in Taraba, killed in Jigawa, killed in Zamfara, killed in all these places by these herdsmen, and they come out, there is one Fulani social cultural organization called FUNA, who came out and claimed responsibility and said that they are going to do more. They will mobilize Fulanis from all over the place to come and take over Nigeria, that it is their ancestral land. Presidency did not say anything. But they quickly ordered the arrest of an activist who stood up to speak and to work against his people. What else will you do? When you see your people being killed, you see your people's farm being razed down, being eaten off by herdsmen, what else will you do as a patriotic person of that community? What else will you do? It's just the same thing. The World Terrorist Index have described Fulani as the 4th terrorist group in the world. But up to today, they have not cared, the federal government have not cared to declare herdsmen as terrorist organization. And they have gone further to form Mietiala, Cattle Hore, Mietiala, Cattle Breeders, Mietiala, this one, Funam, that one. And federal government is romancing with them. And federal government comes out to defend them. Anything, time something happens to them. But when they cause pains in the lives of other people, federal government will keep quiet. Federal government have gone ahead to ban iPod. Why can't they ban? What did iPod do that they went ahead and banned them? This one that Fulanis are taking over everywhere under the watch of the presidency, and they're not saying anything. What is the meaning of that? What are they trying to say? When you talk, they will come after you. Some people are afraid in this country to talk because if they come, EFCC will come after them. ICPC will come after them. Security agencies will come after them. They did that to me. And I went to court against them and I won. They did that to me. They tried to impeach me. But by the grace of God, I survived. So these are the issues. So why do you need to go and talk about that man must be arrested? How about the Fulani men that killed people, remove people's eyes, give people gradual killing? Have you made any attempt to arrest them? All these things are all over the place on social media. And that is why I'm calling on Mr. President to act fast. Otherwise, it will be late. And all of us will be consumed. We may wake up one day and we'll discover that we don't have a country called Nigeria again. And the only way to do it is for our leader, the president, to come in and act fast and behave like a president.
They are calling a dead man to come out. That is where you see, when people tell you about the problem, that is where they are missing it. Do you get that now? He's said almost everything. And he's been so truthful with every word he said, yeah? But this is where he ended it. That is what we are calling on, Mr. President. Who are you calling on? A dead man? A demented man? Who? You are calling on somebody that is not there. That is the problem. You know that whatever he says, by tomorrow, you will see it in the papers. Presidency will reply. And they continue to tell themselves, I know the kind of man Buhari is. I know the kind of man General Buhari. Which kind of man General Buhari is? Which kind of man? A man that traveled from Daura to go and warn a governor, elected governor in Yoruba land, that why are your people killing my people? And we will never forget. If it's going to take us 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, we will never forget of what your people are doing to my people in your state. Now, we are seeing it 20 years after that. Your state is under siege. Fulani are now telling us that they have been in Yoruba land for 50 years. They have been in Yoruba land for 100 years. Meanwhile, Yoruba land has been in existence for centuries. Hundreds of centuries. So which Buhari are you calling? That's the problem. That is the same problem we had with Ooni of Ife that caused this friction in the first place. You went there. You said you met a man. Who did you meet? What can he do? Absolute nothing. Many of them, they know the truth. Too. They were all there. They were watching Buhari and presidency. Buratai the butcher. Going after the IPOB members. Going after the leaders of the indigenous people of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They knew it was wrong, but they also knew that if they had said something by then, probably they would have been impeached. EFCC would have arrested them. A lot of things would have happened. So they chose their comfort and keep sealed their lips. They know they are seeing all of these things. Some of them will wait till it affects them directly before they will speak out. Benue State, they killed thousands of people in Benue State. You know the story. The guy has seen the worst. He's probably, he's on his second term, so he's probably never don't even give a damn anymore. Whatever they want to do to him, they should do it to him. What about those that are still scared, waiting for their people to be slaughtered? The Yoruba governors. I hope you are watching Autumn, the Benue State governor. Rufai came out. Oh boy, Nigeria is a joke land. I mean, we're supposed to be like kind of cool people as a Yoruba people, yeah? People who just kind of accommodate all the bullshit, yeah? Rufai in Kaduna is telling us and threatening the whole country, telling everybody that if you continue to say Fulani should leave, you are calling for war. Rufai, Mr. Bodybag, the one that said if anybody come to Nigeria and report Nigeria election, they will live in body bags. Rufai is threatening us now that it's either we accept Fulani or anything can happen. Really? People are now telling them to bring it on. Bring it on. Let's have a wee dance. And they are using their social media sellers now to say, oh, diasporas wants to cause wahala. Yorubas in diaspora, they are raising money to cause wahala. So who gave the guns to the Fulani terrorists who are killing you in Yoruba land right now? Who gave them the guns? You probably don't know. Yeah? Okay. Another one there is that, which I'm also going to touch on here. counting on this issue of a Fulani eviction from every part of southern Nigeria, taking its toll regularly and gradually. It has now dragged on to Edo State. The Edo people have now given them 14 days ultimatum to leave Edo State as well. Meanwhile, the ultimatum given to them in the southeast, the Biafra land, has just about 9 or 8 days left before the whole thing, the Gbege will begin. We don't know those, we don't know how those they put there today are going to act. I'm talking about their military the new military chiefs, But here is the drill. If anyone tells you that the power of social media is just, or let me say, how far social media can go in ensuring that a justice is served, if social media want to get justice done, how far we can go is like endless. It is obvious as well that whatever we do from outside the country right now to mount the pressure on the killing criminal government in Nigeria, who are always doing all this cover-up of all their killings, whatever pressure we are mounting on them online, offline, outside Nigeria as we speak, and from within Nigeria, is working. As we speak right now, they are looking for ways to develop any international immunities for themselves. Aisha Buhari has run away from Aso Rock. She's run away for the past 5 months. Before then, she was away for 4 months, right? She came back, spent 3 days or 4 days, and she went back again, right? And she's been away now. She's now the Nigerian First Lady to Dubai. She's now the Nigerian ambassador to Dubai as we speak, So everybody is living one way or the other, and they are also trying to find a way of clearing themselves of all the atrocities committed within Buhari's government. When Laya Mohammed came out and he said, those of us asking for the international arrest of Buratai, the butcher, and all those service chiefs, all of us asking for their international arrest and prosecution for international crime against humanity, that we are not patriotic, that those people serve Nigeria well, and therefore Nigerians shouldn't be asking them to be arrested. They will be arrested. Now, the only thing that will save them is if they die. If it takes 10 years, if it takes 20 years, as long as they live, they will be arrested. They will stand trial for all of the crimes they committed under Buhari. And I'm going to list as many of them as possible, as my memory can carry me in this broadcast tonight. Okay, let us start with the Shiites. These guys said they were coming to fix Boko Haram terrorism in Nigeria and ensure that those who have become Boko Haram victims, who are living in refugee camps in some part of northern Nigeria, especially northeast, in Borno and environs, right? They said they were coming to finish the terrorists. That was the promise. But and they also told us that, remember, they told us then that Dasuki under Goodluck Jonathan, that Dasuki stole $2.5 billion, the money that was meant to be used to buy for the purchase of weapons to fight Boko Haram. That it was the money that Dasuki shared for the re-election campaign of Goodluck Jonathan. Remember the story? That was why Boko Haram was so strong. Boko Haram was bombing everywhere, kidnapping people, and all of that stuff, So that was the campaign. And so many people who believed that the moment Boko Haram gained access, boom, Boko Haram would disappear, like the Matatasin of Kano or wherever they were then. Matatasin then, they were using bow and arrows. That Boko Haram used Shakabula to chase away. The same Boko Haram, after 30 years of dementia, they brought him back. And they said he would defeat Boko Haram that are using RPG, AK-47, and so many other rocket launchers to fight terrorism in Nigeria. So that was the bobo. What they didn't tell you then was that Boko Haram is the life patron of Yeti Allah. He is also the life negotiator for the Boko Haram. When the Boko Haram were looking for those to negotiate with Goodluck Jonathan, they nominated Boko Haram among 7 other clerics in northern Nigeria to go and speak to Jonathan to give them money, and they'll stop they will stop the killings, they will stop kidnapping. It was all about the money, gaining access to the Nigerian money, which they felt that was taken away from them for far too long. But they have more. That is to show all of you that this time around, they're not going to lose the power just for losing its sake anymore. So they campaign, they put all the propaganda together, including their fake-ass progressives from the southern Nigeria, especially from the southwest Nigeria. For example, you know that fake Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Oshibade, or that other one, that fake Isaleko Einstein, Isaleko Barack Obama. What's that his name again? Fashola. And so many of them who told you lies of what they were going to do. Now they gained the power. They managed to regain. So when they got in, the person who was in charge of the procurement, buying and supplying, procurement, itinerary officer, the person in charge of what is in stock, the weapons Nigeria bought, and the weapon Nigeria freed, any weapon that goes into the armory, the one that leaves the armory, there's a superior officer there in charge. His name is Yusuf Buratai. So when this Buhari government came in, when they accused Goodluck Jonathan of stealing the money meant for weapons to fight Boko Haram, and they used the money for PDP campaign, very good sell. So many of you actually bought it at the time, but it's a story for another day, right? So when they came in, they arrested Dasuki. They arrested so many other people. But Buratai the butcher, the one that signed the itinerary form that fine, they delivered all the weapons. The man that signed that indeed they bought and delivered weapons was promoted to the chief of army staff. So people said he negotiated when he was dealing with Buhari's government. He was also passing intel. So I mean, when he was dealing with Jonathan's government, he was passing intel to the APC among those who actually work and ready to take down Nigeria to war in 2015. If Goodluck Jonathan should refuse to give up that power then. The INEC chairman was involved. PDP chairman at that time was involved. Most of these guys who are now the military, they are now your ambassadors. So most of these guys who became the service chiefs under Buhari, they were involved. Some judges were involved, and they were all compensated. Buratai the butcher, when they arrested Dasuki for lying that they bought weapons, which they didn't buy, right? When they arrested him, Buratai the butcher was promoted to the chief of army staff. That was when they unleashed the dragon. Who let the dog out? Who? That was how Buratai the butcher became a killer. That was how he became so powerful. That was how he became untouchable. That was how they all pledged their allegiance to the presidency. So when Buhari became president, they promoted Buratai. It even came to light that Buratai the butcher, in the days of Goodluck Jonathan, he was so rich that he has so much money that he bought 2 expensive properties for his own 2 wives in Dubai. When they asked Buratai, where did you, army officer, where did you get money, multi-million dollars to buy properties in Dubai? They said it's a snake venom merchant that it's been exporting. In fact, they told us that he is the highest exporter of snake venom, Orueju. Snake venom, they say Buratai is the highest exporter of snake venom in Nigeria. Yeah. Ukari. They said he has the biggest snake farm in Nigeria, something that we never knew about. The National Geo, they didn't know about the biggest snake farm in Nigeria or Africa. What else? Animal Planet, they have no idea that we have it. Meanwhile, this guy is making billions from it, that he could afford to buy multi-million dollars properties in Dubai for his 2 wives. It was the military money. That was where they are all making their money, was the business. But by then, those who were in charge of the Boko Haram back then, they were pretty much like, they were dealing with this handful of killers who were going out of hand, So immediately, Buratai was making so much money that immediately they made him chief of army staff. Oh boy, from nowhere, we no longer deal with Boko Haram anymore. We're now dealing with ISWAP, dealing with bandits, dealing with Fulani terrorists, dealing with kidnappers, dealing with all these manners of terrorists. What does that tell you? He improvised. It was like, oh boy, everybody cannot be shouting Boko Haram, Boko Haram, Boko Haram. We need to diversify. Let's diversify. Because the more the wahala, the more the money. And this is our time. And for that demented breeding money queen, he wants security, and I've guaranteed him that any uprising anywhere in Nigeria, any protest of any kind, we will use the military to crush them. I have pledged that. They pledged that to the breeding money queen. Then they were able to make their money. So that is why the presidency knows that it's like what they call the defense cartel. People will make real money from war, okay? And they cannot make money if there is no war. And when there is chaos, where people are killing themselves fighting, Nigerian army will need to budget more for themselves. So imagine now, 5 years, Nigeria have spent over 4 trillion naira on their defense. 4 trillion naira fighting Boko Haram in 4 or 5 years. And yet, they have not defeated Boko Haram. We now have ISWAP. We now have all this manner of terrorists that are now taking over everywhere in 5 years. Back then, no, now Boko Haram, you'll be hearing Boko Haram. They were telling all of you then that Boko Haram will be coming down south. Boko Haram will be coming down south. Many of you were like, it's impossible. We will stop them. All of you have no idea. You think, say, Boko Haram will just dress and they will be bringing their convoy. They will be coming like they want to come. No, come on. They are already there with you right now. They are the people called the bandits. The people called the Fulani terrorists that you now see everywhere. That they are telling you that you should go to the forest and look for the one that is good and the one that is bad. When you see the one that is good, leave him. If you see the one with AK-47 that is bad, you can then go and arrest him. Shey now you go arrest Shekawabi. Is that not what they are telling you? Is that not what they are telling you? So go and arrest. They say, no, don't make all the Fulani in the forest because they have nowhere to go. They can live anywhere they want. They can blah, 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 blah. If you don't like what they are doing, just go to the forest, yeah? And if you see the good one, you will see that there are good ones. And you see there are bad ones. So if you see the bad ones, then you can go and fight them. Now you go fight Shekau. That's the theory they are giving to you. The theory that is not going to happen. So immediately Buratai the butcher and all these guys nominated by Buhari, immediately they came to that power. They started this, apart from the fact that they escalated and diversified terrorism business in Nigeria to all branches, all these divisions you have now, and they make it more viable that terrorists can sit down with state governors, sit down with army generals, and all these guys, police commissioner, police side, sit down with them, and they'll be making demand, and they will be holding their guns, and nobody will do anything. That used to be something so hard to believe. Even as clueless as they told us that Goodluck Jonathan was. There was never a time I saw any northern governor. There was never a time I saw any other governor sitting down with Boko Haram negotiating. They dare not. You know why? Because the federal government then was not in bed with terrorists. But today, you will see a northern governor. He has no regret about it. He will tell you, he's the right thing to do. He's my brother. We speak the same language. I can talk to him. And they will be doing the talking. That's what they call the peace negotiation. It's my brother. I can talk to him. Whatever crime is committed, he's just angry. He has a gun. I can talk to him. Do you get that now? Because in Abuja, there is green light. Don't fight any Fulani terrorist. Just pay him some money. That's what he wants. He just wanted to feel free. Let him feel free and let him enjoy. Let him go everywhere. Let him rape women. Do whatever he wants. Don't fight him, or else there will be war. Because that is the message from the presidency. Do you get that now? They are Fulani bandits, no doubt. The governor of Benue State said they are waiting on Buhari. Which Buhari? I'm waiting on Tinubu. to go to Abuja very soon. You know, Tinubu will go to, they will soon show him in Abuja. Because once they see that this tension is getting too much, because it's getting there, the tension is too much now. So they are going to bring him out from his dungeon. I think he's doing a 14. Is it not more than 14 days that he returned from France now? Because they may tell us that he's doing isolation. Very soon now, you will see a breaking news. Tinubu says he will write all these normal jargons, nonsense, no head, no tail, as usual. Rabble-rousing, talking rubbish, Abi. Then they will dig him out and take him to Abuja to go and take pictures. Because they want to calm us down in Yoruba land. But that won't work anymore. Let me tell them, it won't work anymore. He's quiet now. And his ombud slaves they are working around the clock. They are like doing overwork, trying to tell us that we should accept killers in our midst. Take them in. Think about tomorrow. Which tomorrow? The one that your Tinubu have stolen completely from you. So he's quiet, and we are not expecting anything from him. But here is another one. The police IG. The police IG of Nigeria, who happened to have completed his expected lawful time as the police IG of Nigeria, got extension from the presidency. He was meant to be out of office 2 days ago. He resumed, he had to return to the same office yesterday, illegally. But today, Buhari has forwarded, has extended his tenure. Meanwhile, 5 months ago, the same Buhari signed the Police Act, the one that says every police IG, they will be rotating police IG across the country, one. And also, every police IG appointed will only serve 1 term without any extension. They have been telling them that the police IG tenure will end since December. This is February. That his tenure will end by the end of January, and they have no idea what to do. So they said Buhari has extended that. I have something I want to share on that because someone really shared some legal backing on that. Buratai, back to Buratai. Part of the reason why they need that international immunity for them is this. It was Buratai's army that shot and killed over 1,200 Shiites in that same Nigeria. It was Buratai's soldiers who shot and killed Shiites in Abuja. It was Buratai's soldiers and then their collaborators in the police who shot and killed the Lekki protesters. It was Buratai soldiers who went straight into Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house and shot and killed Biafrans, harmless Biafrans, that they took their bodies away. It was Buratai soldiers and police in Nigeria who went after the Biafrans, who were praying on the Heroes' Day in that same Biafra land. It was Buratai soldiers. It was Buratai soldiers who went into Igboho to shoot and kill harmless civilians because they identify as the Biafrans. It was Buratai soldiers. It was them. They were the one who did it. So it was Buratai soldiers that have been releasing terrorists for the past 5 years, and there's no single terrorist standing trial for all the crimes, the arson, and all of that destructions they have wreaked on the people of Nigeria. It was Buratai soldier. So don't mix it. And recently, Olu massacre, Buratai soldiers. All these things will have, they will answer to all these things, don't you think? Let me give you an idea, another one. When Babashir Lawal, the former secretary to the government of the Federation under Buhari, one of the first 3 people appointed by Buhari when they came to power, when APC, when they came to power in 2015, he appointed Babashir Lawal, he appointed Buratai the butcher, and the rest of all those gangs of killers that are called the service chiefs today, right? Then the Babashir Lawal stole money that belonged to the people of the IDP, the internally displaced people, Nigerians who are now refugees in Nigeria, running away from Boko Haram terrorists, right? So Buratai, Babashir Lawal said he cleared the grass around the camp with 242 million naira. 242 million naira to clear grass. Haba, Alaji. When that became an issue, the Senate under Saraki, they started investigating him, and they found him guilty of. In fact, they found evidence against him where he was even he awarded the money to his own company himself. There was no grass cut anywhere. It was just a free cash. Because when Buhari and APC, when they came in, they announced what they call Presidential Committee on Rebuilding, Rehabilitating, and Relocating, and whatever of the northeast of Nigeria, where Boko Haram they break the havoc. So they set up called Presidential Rebuilding whatever committee. They now put that committee in the office of Babashir Lawal. So the committee will have access to billions of money. They were to make recommendations on how to rebuild new homes. They have to rebuild schools. They have to rebuild roads. They have to rebuild so many villages. So it's going to involve billions of naira, free money. So they put that idea in the office of Babashir Lawal for 6 months before Buhari finally appointed his army of 40 thieves, Ali Baba and 40 thieves, where you have Okija Shatabandu, Ikene Shatabandu, Isaleko Barack Obama, this other guy, Amechi. There's this place this guy come from. I love remembering that name. I can't remember right away. And so many other clowns who are working for them in 2015. Before they came on, it was Babashir Lawal running the show, Big Boys Show. 242 million naira to cut grass. When the people who are living in those places, uncompleted buildings, makeshift tents, they are begging to hit on the road. On the street, they are begging people in traffic. The government in Abuja is cutting their grass with 242 million naira. When that customer posted and so many other things that he awarded over 59 contracts to himself on behalf of the IDP. One of them was that they said Buhari gave the order that they should release also amount of tons of grains from the Nigerian silos in 2015, precisely in August 2015. And when they were transporting the grains from the Nigerian silos located in Kaduna or wherever, or Kanu, yeah, as they are moving the grains to where they are going to go and share the grains to the IDP, and so many people suffering and all who are starving in northern Nigeria, they said they loaded about 210 trucks. You see all those 16-tire trucks, eh? Like you have like 210 loaded with grains, different grains like rice, maize, millet, and so many other things. Loaded, Baba, in transit as they are going, all of a sudden, 16-tire trailer, 150 truck, they just gone missing. By the time they will take the truck to the destination, I don't think they delivered 50. I'm not joking. It may sound funny to you, but it is not. It's a true life story. It happened. It happened so early when Buhari and APC came in. They were helping the poor victims of Boko Haram, they said, but they were helping themselves. You know what happened? Those grains and those things, they ended up in warehouses in Kano, where they were rebagging them to resell them inside Kano market. Nobody, they arrested some people then. No, we don't hear any story after that since then, under Buhari. But something that happened was when they started investigating Babashir Lawal, they started putting up some fake figures of the money they spent on the IDP people. When they realized that the truth was going to come out, there's a community where they have these people, IDP, people, refugees. Let's call them refugees and leave IDP tag. They were refugees, Nigerians refugees in Nigeria. There's a place called Ran in Borno. That place share border with, I think it share borders with Niger Republic. It's a border town. Ran, a community where IDP people, people who are running away from Boko Haram, where government know they were there. Like magic, Nigeria Air Force, under one of these athlete people, these criminals that Buhari is going to make ambassadors. They are going to be ambassadors for Buhari. You know what they did? Air Force flew 3 times, and they bombed that place. That camp, that camp has been there for more than 4 years, even before they themselves come to power. But because they don't run. When I say they don't run, that means they have used run to run job. They have made so much billions, they need to hide it. You know what they did? Very, very, very athlete people. Papa Shirlawa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, under a jihadist Buhari. You know what they did? They sent Nigeria Air Force there to bomb the place 3 times. They went the first time, boom. They went the second time, boom. The same day, they went the third time, boom. When they finished bombing, they now release a statement. Oh, we are sorry. It was an error. We received a report that some terrorists, some Boko Haram, they were camping in that area. That was when I knew, if you are supporting Buhari and you know what they have done to the people, their own people who are victims of their selfishness and greed. If you know what they have done, then you will be worried for yourselves that what they will do to you, who is not even from the north, who is not from Borno, who is not from Kanu, what they will do to you on your own land. If you have an idea, they bombed these people thrice. They killed those who are there to give them support. Health workers, charity, all these NGOs who are giving different support to these people there. They killed many of them. It is on record. Go on Google now and type it there. Bombing of RAN. Who bombed RAN? Nigerian government, Nigeria Air Force. And they came out. We are very sorry. Sorry, somebody said there is no sound. I want you to check your side if you have an issue with the sound, please. I don't think I have issue there. I'll check mine, by the way. I think my sound is fine. Check yours. Listen. I think my sound is fine. Check yours. Listen. My sound is fine. Check yours. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can hear myself too. Sometimes maybe because you have been on for a whole full hour, all right? You can come out of the broadcast and go back in again, okay? Sometimes if you've been on for like an hour anyway. That's possible. They bombed the place 3 times. Nobody was arrested. No investigation was done. And that was it. They buried it. Do you get that? Under Buhari, few months into office. So if they say they will kill you, nothing will happen. Do you think they are just doing it? Yeah? Sorry, Adams. I know it can be really, really sad if you see people giving you or paying you back in your own coin. Do you get that now? You are sad that I'm saying your own people. Abi? Meanwhile, some of you will feel comfortable when you sit down and you listen to the bigotry of the criminals who have the opportunity of protecting you. And when I say their own people, with what they have done to you, they said because Goodluck Jonathan was a Christian president, he wasn't protecting you. We read a lot. Yeah, we read so much about how much your cleric were telling your people then that it was because of a Christian they were doing what? They were doing population control. Jonathan was using Boko Haram to kill you. Jonathan was using Boko Haram to reduce your population. Your politicians traveled abroad. They shared the same story, but that wasn't about your people. That was what you were saying, your people. But Jonathan is killing our people. He's killing us. But Buhari is not killing you anymore. So it's always good. Do you get it now? So it's always good to serve you back in your own tongue. Now, if it sounds so bigoted or bigotry to you, now you see what we have been enduring. when we will watch Miyetti Allah sit down and threaten a whole race, telling us that the Yorubas, this Yoruba, if you try this, this is what will happen. Now you see what it feels like. You are welcome. So sorry that you won't be allowed on my platform, because I'm so happy I actually caught you. But there are so many of you who are also looking everywhere, reporting my pages and seeing how much you can try to shut us down. Listen, when I catch you, I'll get rid of you. It is the way we stay on afloat here, okay? See how that? He said it's bigger to your people, dear people. Are you no longer the same? Is the North no longer the powerful North anymore? So they did all of that. They killed their own people. They took over power. They said they took over the military. They took over the Air Force. They took over the judiciary. They took over the CBN. They took over the police. They took over the DSS. They took over the Air Force. They took over everything. Yet they cannot protect their own people. Somebody is telling me, your people, are you mad? You're crazy. They tell you to be a nice person. It's because I'm trying to I want to be diplomatic too. I'm using your people, you are not happy. When I have other adjectives I can use to describe you, some of them that will make your screen crawl. Where you are sitting down there, you are complaining your people. If you don't want your people, that's what Rufai said. If you don't want your people from what they are saying, they are asking for war. Imagine a Kaduna dwarf threatening us in Yoruba land. Imagine that. And he's so confident about it. And he has his own noise, he has his own hallelujah voice. That will say, yes now, you are looking for problem. That's why Adamu will tell me that I'm using your people. When are we going to stop using your people? Buratai the butcher, in collaboration with Buhari the jihadist, what did they do? They came out, they told us that IPOB is more dangerous than Fulani terrorists, who are the fourth most deadliest terror group in the whole world. Do you know that they actually classify Fulani herdsmen as terrorist groups? Some of you may not even know what that means. To you, Fulani herdsmen, they can be peaceful. Amijari, my dear Princess Balogun, Kolomada Walamu, Adamunda Muni, Shoad Latirini. They told us so. These same criminals, they told us to be careful of IPOB, that they are terrorist group. And all of you, we watched. And you make Buratai the butcher go after people who were holding flags, phones, and placard. And those who are holding AK-47, that the rest of the world called the fourth deadliest terror group. You see, listen, in case if I have any other Adamu, Tomadamu, that is watching me, listen, Adamu, if the rest of the world knows the violent nature of the Fulani herdsman, it is the same in Gambia, the same in Uganda, the same in Ghana, the same in Congo, the same in almost all these West African countries too. People are rejecting them. It is only in Nigeria they are holding power. They have no access to power anywhere in Africa and outside Africa. And they have been fighting for it for years. It's only in Nigeria they have access to power. That they are allowed. In Kenya as well. It is only in Nigeria they are allowed to share power. It is because of their dreadful, violent, terror-inclined nature. I didn't say it. Come on, guys. Even if I'm being dramatica, fine. I'm dramatica, fine. But I am not the one who said it. They are the fourth deadliest terror group in the whole world. But in Nigeria, they are telling you to accept them or die. Let me give you the picture. If you are watching me for the first time and you don't have an idea of what a Fulani terrorist group look like, and even if they are telling you that because some of them are wearing agbada in Nigeria, they are flying private jets in Nigeria, have access to your money, that does not make them terrorists. They are terrorists too. Especially when they defend terrorists, they are terrorists too. Look at the people they are defending. Watch this.
Sun turo mana sulhu, sun turo gwamna ya ce da shi za a sannan shugaban kasa ma in da shi ake magana yanzu shi ma ya turo mana to ran da muka zauna muka yi magana da matar da turo kan ga ba mu sake ganin ta kaga halin yan Najeriya to inda zu ba malamai bane wallahi ba mu Allah ya sani wallahi darajar su mun kadiba mu zaka mu saurari abin da za su faɗa mu da mu ba mu yarda ba kan iya ka saurare yanzu nan magana muka yi da ku an ka ci an yarda alƙawalin Allah kuna mana kun ga girgi ya wuce ai an yarda kuna nan mana girgi ya wuce nan su ya kaza yanzu nan ba a minti 30 ba
Assalamu alaikum.
Ta'aziyawa.
Akwai wani ba Allah da sunan shinkai.
Ga zai ya kama katanga ya kai. Ya bashi ya wuce. Ku da mun saba. Yan shinkahi nan ne zane muke lahiya. Duk sojan da a shinkahi. Wallahi ni dan shinkahi ne. Bai taba hikimar da ni ba su. An koro shanu na an sana ba su. An ɗauko mutum na an sana ba su. An so waya wani na an sana ba su. An shi kudin wani na ansa na ba su ina DP duk abin da na zayyana faɗi guda yin karya ce ina yi shekara 5 ina aiki ina nan zanne ji ƙaramar hukumar shinkahi ban taɓa jin shanun da sojoji na kwato na ba su ba mun yasa ba a yi ƙoƙarin da muke kuma mun kan bukata mun yasa ba a yi mana kaga don an ce mu da akwai alƙawari ba mu yarda ko muna yarda saboda Allah cikin su ciya ma ya mun yi alƙawari da shi ya yi muna karya magajin shinkafi ya yi muna karya wannan wakilin malamai na shinkafi ya yi muna karya shugaban samari ya yi muna karya.
It is only in Nigeria that they give conditions. So if you are a Yoruba man watching me right now and you have been listening to those those bought, manipulated clowns telling you that every Fulani have a right to live anywhere in Nigeria. We are not disputing that. Since Yoruba land is still part of Nigeria, yeah, they are welcome to live everywhere, but they have to live as human beings, not people who wrap their faces and be carrying gun everywhere. How is that acceptable? It is only in Nigeria this is allowed. In the rest of Africa, they are living from border to border. Do you get that now? Nobody wants them. Nobody wants them anywhere. Do you know why? Because wherever they stay, from record, except in Nigeria where you are entertaining them, having a chat with them, and as any Fulani in anywhere sees that every Fulani in Nigeria sees every Fulani anywhere as his brother who have every right to live anywhere he wants to live in Nigeria. And that is the mentality they are forcing on us. And we are saying 70% of the land in the northern Nigeria, the 70% of the land in Nigeria is situated in the northern part of Nigeria. Give them lands there. Stop sending them south. It's as simple as that. You don't threaten us with that and think you are actually going to really, really push that away. Push that with us. We don't want to see these people around us. Call us any name you want to call us. We don't want to see people carrying guns, threatening us at every provocation, threatening to kill us or even kill us and tell us to do our worst. You know what he's saying in that video? He said, "Wallahi talai, if Nigerians are not going to let them stay in Nigeria, they will invite all of the other brothers from everywhere. Foreign fighters will join them. In Nigeria or in Yoruba land." That's what we are going to be facing later. And they are saying, don't cause the problem. Don't let us make it worse. It's already worse. People are just waiting for their turn to sit together and negotiate with terrorists. And they are now saying, let's wait on Buhari. Wait for who? Even Buhari is not waiting for Buhari. How can you believe those who understand the fact that the situation is hopeless and it's helpless, but they can still help themselves to some very quick cash? How can you listen to them? How can you ever even listen to them? Under these guys for 5 years, this is what Buratai gave us. The same Buhari's government is denying what happened at Lekki Toll Gate. But they are scared. They know they will be caught. There is going to be one. And this is where people said, maybe there is this blackmail on. Maybe there is even no Buhari. Do you understand? Maybe this is the twist there. So many people believe that maybe there is no Buhari, right? That the reason why the likes of Buratai and so many people, there was a time that Buhari said he gave an order to the police IG to go to, you remember that time, to go to Maiduguri, to relocate to Maiduguri. And when Buhari got to Maiduguri, he was asking, where is the police IG? They told him that it's not here. And it was like, I gave him the order to relocate to Maiduguri. He's shocked, but he couldn't sack him. There are many times that all the human rights abuses of Buratai in Nigerian army, under Buratai the Butcher, have been covered and defended, not by the army, but by the Nigerian presidency. When they killed Nigerians, Nigerian presidency defend them. Right? And you begin to ask, where is Buhari? Where is Buhari? And whenever they want you to believe that there's a Buhari, they will just take pictures with him and post it online and say, okay, we just met him, we just briefed him. When people get killed, they could not be sacked. So people were saying, what if the arrangement of keeping a lifeless breathing mannequin in the Aso Rock and stop everybody from asking questions or even gaining access enough, or trying to send him away, or do anything that will make Buhari, lose that power, or all the criminals around him lose the power? They just needed the military. That's all they believed, that all they needed was the military. And Buratai was a very good boy who would do the job. So maybe that is the compromise that Buratai and the guys that they have. Apart from it taking forever for Buhari to sack them, before they sacked them, they had to arrange special pack, like special pack of gift, cars, money, houses, promised them by Buhari's government before they could agree to go on that sack, that he sacked them. So he sacked them. Few days after sacking them, he's nominating them for for ambassadors. Ambassador to nowhere. They should just get that diplomatic immunity. And we're asking them for how long? Could it be because they don't want them to talk? Could it be because they are trying to make sure that they are protected enough that they don't end up in the hand of international community that would like to know what is going on inside that Aso Rock? All this may sound like speculation, but let me be honest with you. They are not just coincidences, Baba. Why make them ambassadors, all of them? All of them, all Buratai the Butcher, Loni, Shaki, whatever, and the rest of them, all of them, they are going to be ambassadors. And they send their name to the rubber stamp Senate president, Lawal. Is waiting now. They will approve them. Ambassador Buratai the Butcher. Ambassadors, killers, ambassadors. The same government is releasing terrorists. You can dot the line if you know what I mean. You can. There's something wrong. There's something missing. But with time, we are going to unravel it. We are going to open it up. When Fulani terrorists kill people anywhere, Miyetiala will speak up. Northern leaders will speak up. Everybody will start threatening the rest of us when we say we want to defend ourselves. And then the presidency will threaten us more. You cannot say it. Don't say it. Then something is wrong. And that is why we are now pretty so sure that people should pay more attention. Anywhere you see Buratai, Anywhere you see him outside Nigeria, hold him. Hold him and call the police. Okay? If they like, they should make him the ambassador for life. Okay? Anywhere you see Buratai the butcher in the world, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, anywhere, hold him. Hold him, tie him down. Hand him over to the police. He's a terrorist. He's a terrorist enabler. He's a money launderer. He's a killer. And so are all the rest of them. Same thing with Buhari. So when one thing people are now saying is that what if this guy, what if they have a plan? What if they have a plan that before your 2023, when the whole thing, when the whole Kasala bust, when everywhere bust, when we don't fight and push back, they will just plan coup, boom. You will just hear that thing. Dun, 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 right? Fellow Nigerians, they will just bring one mad cow. And we announce fellow Nigerians a coup. They have planned a coup. We have realized insecurity in Nigeria, and because of that, we have taken over. It's a lie. If any coup happen in Nigeria, civil war will follow. Trust me, take my word for it. We are not in support of violence. We are not in support, but any trick that they are into, if any coup happen and any Aboki man turn up on our screen, you will see the new wars all over the world. Okay, right? It will be a civil war after that. You can take that to the bank. I don't know how you're going to take it in or not. It is already brewing, the civil war, because your government is backing terrorists and defending terrorists, and they are ready to arrest any of you who ask them to arrest any of those terrorists. And what does that tell you? It is already brewing. The war is brewing. You should just get served. Everyone will get served. I'm so grateful to everyone who has turned up, donating to the fundraiser, donating to the fundraiser for our young men and women who are going to take the liberty of Yoruba land further. Those that will never, those that will never succumb. Those that will never succumb to that of threat, intimidation, and blackmail of our killers, and those of their enablers. Those that won't succumb. Thank you so much for those of you who have turned up and raised enough. So far, so good. I've seen it. So 17,086 pounds have been raised. People asking me that what happened to those who are spending dollars? Listen. Once you go on there, even if you are spending dollars, go on there, type your dollar equivalent of your donation into that use your American Express card and American credit card and all of that when you want to make that donation. And just type in whatever you want to put in there, $10, $20, $100, $1,000, $10,000. You can do it. It doesn't matter that the campaign is in pounds, okay? Go on, please do. For those who have the link, we are going to support and defend our land. Whatever you want to call it, call it. We are not buying guns for terrorists. We are we are supporting those who want to protect our land from terrorists. And defending ourselves cannot be quantified as, act of terrorism. Talk to those who are killing us. And if you like, you can continue to put them on as ambassadors, this ambassador that. We know the names of the killers of Nigerians. We know those who have been killing and massacring Nigerians and enabling such for the past 5 years. We know their names. We know who they are. We know their faces. And we are pursuing all the petitions all over the world to get them all brought to justice. Buratai, if you like, be ambassador to Mars or space. We will catch you. You will face justice. Buhari, even if it's more demented than that, every rule, every action, every crime committed under him, it will be exhumed, even if he's dead. It's just a matter of time. Take that to the bank, and I'll see you some other time. Enjoy your evening. And remember, subscribe to Maiyegun's Diary Politico if you don't want to miss anything. I'm going to see you some other time. Until then, stay safe.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ o.